Howdy, this is Harold from the future. I want to say a few things before I get into this video. Number one, sorry for, not uploading for a couple of weeks. I had some things to do, but apart from that, number two, this video is a bit long. I know, this is from a recording that was about 2 hours long. So I had to do something, but I did the best with what I could do. If you don't want to watch this video all the way through, that's okay. I've put timestamps in the description of this video, so you can go to the parts which you want to see. And lastly, we're almost at 100 subscribers, so if you would want to help me reach that goal, then please subscribe to this channel. That will be greatly appreciated. If it's not for this video, then maybe for another video that you hopefully watch instead of this one. Alright, let's get into the video. It's a good one. I made it from a stream. Come to my streams. I stream here on YouTube. So yeah, if you subscribe, you won't miss one, and it's always a fun time. And you can come and be part of a future video perhaps. But thank you for watching and enjoy. Bye. First thing I want to do is I want to check out the Uncharted trailer. Good God, I'm really hyped for it, and I see a lot of bad comments on it, and I want to express my opinion and maybe put that in a video. So yeah, all right. The Uncharted trailer. Let's take a look.
There are places out there you can't find on any map. They're not gone. They're just lost.
Hey, kid. A little young for a bartender, aren't you?
A little old for prom, aren't you?
Leaves are falling all around. Everything in here. Why the map?
This is the path that Ferdinand Magellan took to sail around the world.
You know your history.
It's the biggest treasure that's never been found.
5 billion, easy. I think you're here because you're your brother.
Well, you know my brother Sam?
If you find that gold, you find him too.
Who the hell is
This
this?
music
I'm
is
a friend of
copyrighted.
Sully's. Sally doesn't have any friends. I should know him one of them.
You are a collector.
Well, I dabble.
I don't dabble. My family has been looking for this fortune for a very long time. So much blood.
I'm pretty sure he's just threatening to kill me.
Don't touch your ear like that. You look like an idiot.
You have no idea who you partnered with.
I've been dreaming about this stuff since I was a kid. My brother Sam left one final clue.
Guess I'll keep on living.
Oh my God!
I shouldn't have come out to play with the big boys, Ian, because you're about to get a proper Scottish welcome.
What?
Oh, crap!
Exclusively in movie theaters.
Where should I begin? Let me clarify. I'm a big fan. I'm a big fan of the Uncharted games. They're basically my entire childhood. Looky here. The Uncharted collection. I bought it on disc because I wanted it on disc. I wanted a physical copy so that one day if I pick up my PS4 again, I can play it. Just like I bought the Ultimate Edition of Red Dead 2 because I was so excited for it, and yeah. But I played Uncharted on the PS3 also. I think I played the first one when I was about, let me think, let me see, when did the first Uncharted come out? 2007, which means I was 3 years old when the game came out. So I couldn't have played it then, but I know I used to go to my local game shop, and they would have this thing where you can, or you can sell your games back to them. They would check its condition, and then they'll buy it from you. Well, I used to do that. I played on the Wii a lot. My first console was a Wii, Nintendo Wii. So I used to sell my stuff there. And I had this friend where I would go and play. But I would go to that friend, and he had a PS2. And later upgraded to a PS3. And one day, when I would go to my local game shop and give my Wii games to the cashier, and yeah, I got a coupon, and with that coupon I could buy anything I wanted. And I guess I'm going to throw a wild one here, but I guess I was 9 years old, 9 years old, when I bought Uncharted Drake's Fortune on the PS3, but I didn't have one. So I would go to my friend and play Uncharted there. Now, granted, I was 8 years old, and in Uncharted Drake's Fortune, there's this one mission. Let me just, I can show you. Yeah. So
My men have all been murdered, leaving the task to me alone. No ship will depart this island. I destroyed them all and drowned the cursed city. A thing of such great evil must never leave these shores. In my final hour...
Right. Yeah. Yeah, so those things, they would come out and eat your thing, Gollum-esque thingies. Yeah. So, I was 9 years old. I was dead-ass afraid from those things. So, I didn't finish the game. And I hardly remember anything from that time other than I know the fact that that I played it. So yeah, a lot of years went by and I got my own PS3. Now, in that period, I was heavy into Assassin's Creed. Assassin's Creed was my favorite game of all time. It started with Assassin's Creed 3. But yeah, apart from that, I got my PS3. And then I found my copy of Uncharted Drake's Fortune. So I started playing Uncharted Drake's Fortune, and I guess I was about 10 years old. 10, 11 years old. So I was a bit more, older. I wasn't that afraid anymore, but that scene still scares me today. That chapter. Uncharted Drake's Fortune, I finished that. And then I got obsessed with Uncharted. I bought the second game. I still remember that when I bought that game, I went with my mom. She was all excited about the game and what it was about. And yeah, it made me well fall in love with the characters and games, especially stories. And yeah, Uncharted really was a staple in that sense for games. The future of motion capture and voice acting and all that stuff. But especially history and exploring. And to a kid, if any parents watch this, to a kid, that's the most important thing. I think you give him something to look up to. And in this sense, it's of course it's imaginary, but it's still fucking cool. And kids love that stuff and they want to emulate that stuff. And I think we should let them do it because, well, it sparks fantasy, it sparks imagination. And that's one of the most fascinating things about it. But back to Uncharted. I played the second one. The second one I played maybe 10 times over. But yeah. The second game had this chapter where you had to escape to bed. And I played that section, but in particular over and over, along with another one. Oh, I love this game. See what I mean though? Marco Polo. Mentioning Marco Polo in the beginning, I was wondering who is Marco Polo, and it sparked my interest in history in particular. And it's just so fascinating how it can influence people's lives. But if you don't know the story of Uncharted 2, Nathan Drake meets up with this guy, Flynn. Yeah, Flynn and Chloe. He wakes up in this train, but he meets up with Flynn and Chloe, and they say, "Yeah, I found this gem. We can steal it." And Nate's like, "Oh no, we can't do that." And you and Flynn go.
Can't afford to make any mistakes. Yeah, and we won't.
We're here.
Yeah. So he and Flynn go rob a museum for this gem. And this section, I found it so cool.
Might have thought ahead, eh?
Well, first of all, Flynn looked so fucking cool in this. Alright, look. You had these sedative pistols, guns. I don't know what they're called. But they had sleeping darts in them. Or sleep ammo, I don't know. But that was so cool for me because I didn't like the killing aspect. I liked the action and all that, but the killing wasn't really that thing. Although, as I'll explain later, that'll change. But yeah, you had to sneak around and do all this parkour stuff. And yeah, that was cool. But yeah, I played that one. And then there's this scene in particular. Yeah. So there's these monsters. Fucking scary. You escape these monsters, and then this village is on fire. Oh no! Right?
Oh my God! Oh Nate! What happened? It's Lazarevich. They found us. I don't know.
Yeah, Lazarevich is the bad guy in all this.
Mol Schaefer and Young Dudu. They went the other way.
Yeah, alright. And then, you get this... The fucker didn't even pick it up. You can get this crossbow. Now, this crossbow was the most amazing thing in the whole world for me. I loved playing with it. You could one-hit people from really far away, and it was awesome. And yeah, I'll play it all over. And yeah, these guys were attacking the village, and you had to kill them. And yeah, and then... there came Uncharted 3, Drake's Deception. I played this one only once, so I don't really remember a lot of it. But yeah, there's the iconic plane scene, which we'll get to when we'll watch the trailer for Uncharted, the movie, again. Cool fact though, there's this guy in Uncharted 3 called Uncharted 3 Salim. Yeah. And when I was playing Uncharted 3, I had a friend over, and I was playing Uncharted 3, and he was doing something else. And right when this guy appeared, I said to my friends, "Hey, look, there's Salim, or Al Salim, or something." And right when I said that, he revealed his name, because I didn't know what his name was, and apparently it was Salim. So I guessed his name before I even met him. Very cool. So that's my history with Uncharted. At this point, I was maybe 11, or at the end of my 10 years on Earth. So yeah, that's my history with Uncharted. So now I explained my story with Uncharted, so I hope that gratifies me to give my opinion on the trailer and what I thought of it. So maybe let's dissect the trailer and, well, let's give opinions on what happens and all that.
There are places out there you can't find on any map.
Alright, first of all, this is going to happen a lot.
There are places out there you can't find.
This girl, I think it's Chloe. Chloe appears in Uncharted 2 and 3 and not 4. Yeah, so here's Chloe. In the games, this is her in Uncharted 2. And this is her in her own game, Uncharted The Lost Legacy. And I'll explain later in the end what my opinion is on Tom Holland and Mark Wahlberg playing characters and all that. But yeah.
Fine on it.
Hey kid, a little young for a bartender, aren't you?
A little old for prom, aren't you?
Yeah, alright, very funny. But something that a lot of people bring up, that they hate that the movie does, and this is maybe, we can't assume because we haven't seen the movie yet, but this is how Nathan and Sully meet. So Mark Wahlberg plays Sullivan, the mentor of Nate,
Young for a
or
bartender.
Nathan. But sorry, yeah, how Drake and Sully met is actually in the third game.
All men dream, but not equally. Those who dream by night, in the dusty recesses of their minds, wake in the day to find that it was vanity. But the dreamers of the day are dangerous men, for they may act their dream with open eyes to make it possible. This I did.
Yeah. Lawrence of Arabia. So, what I was saying, Nathan dies. That's not true, but in the movie, Sully and Nate meet this way, which is okay, but in the games, they meet like this. So, Nathan is eyeing on this thing. This tablet thingy. This thing. Oh crap. Yeah. Yeah, that thing. And Nathan is a young boy, maybe the age of Tom Holland. And there's Sully. Ooh, Sully. Young Sully. With a big stash. Right? And this is a museum about Drake, I think. What a sly dog. Yeah. Ooh. So what happens now? Nathan tails Sully. Sully goes to the key maker. And then Nate is tailing Sully. Sully is with this woman, Marlo. Not really important. She's an antagonist in the game.
Okay, it's right there in his pocket.
Nathan goes for the key. There we go.
Crap!
There we go.
Suélteme, viejo!
Let's try that again.
Let go of me.
Ah, that's what I thought. Now don't try to run.
Right, so that's how Nate and Sully meet. Nate goes back to... Again, I played this mission countless times, but Nate goes back to the museum for the ring.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Damn it, kid.
Why, Victor, look who it is. The filthy little stray that made off with your wallet. Now, the ring.
Yeah.
What ring?
Catherine!
Who do you think you are, boy?
Think you're doing? He's just a kid.
Stop
And he
him.
runs. Best sequence in the game. Alright, so the music is really good as well.
Crap. Who the hell are these guys?
And of course, parkour in Uncharted. Can't do it Uncharted without parkour. Nate runs through a house apparently. And yeah, he gets cornered by this dude. Fun fact, this guy is played by Nolan North himself. And this guy is played by a child actor, of course. But yeah, this is Nolan North because they had no other actors on scene for this part. So, fun fact.
Whoops. You all right?
You can kind of hear it, but...
What are you shaking for? Just close your eyes. This won't hurt a bit.
There he is. Oh, also, fun thing. Throughout the chase, Sully helps you a bit. Look here. That's also a really cool touch. But yeah, Sully helps Nate. Then they get a drink. And Nate explains his plans and Sully is impressed. So that's how they meet in the game. Contrary to what happens in the trailer, it seems like Nate is cocktail shaking at a prom, and Sully is there for what reason.
Aren't you?
A little old for prom, aren't you?
Leaves are falling all around.
Everything in here. Why the map?
This is the path that Ferdinand Magellan took to sail around the world.
You know your history.
So, I'm guessing, here's the antagonist, Antonio Banderas. I'm guessing he's family of Magellan. What's this? An alien dynasty of the House of Moncada. So, I'm guessing he is a Moncada filler. Yeah.
I think you're here because of your brother.
Well, you know my brother Sam?
Sam. So, Sam is introduced in the 4th game. Is he here? Yeah, Sam. Sam Uncharted. So Sam played by the amazing Troy Baker. But yeah, let's move on. The ring. The same ring.
I think you're here because of your brother.
Well, you know my brother Sam?
The ring. Sic Parvis. So the ring says Sic Parvis Magna. So I'm guessing this is SIC and then Magna. NA, but yeah, so that's accurate. Then this is from Uncharted 4, also Uncharted 4. So you're on this boat. Here we are on the boat. So that kind of mirrors this thing. There we go, Tom Holland on a beautiful boat. Throughout the trailer, you can see that a lot of things are going to be the same as the game. But interpreted in this story and in this, in this narrative and this period to, satisfy to hint at the game. And I don't see what's wrong with that. People are saying that, why are they not creating their own story and all that? They are creating their own story. They're just giving us things that we can say, oh yes, that's from that game, like we're doing here. And I think that's great. I think that's fun that they do that. Now, you could say that the plot of the movie, which we don't know officially, but that the plot of the movie to go after this treasure, that's kind of like going after Henry Avery's treasure from the 4th game. And you would be correct in saying that. My biggest concern is that Mark Wahlberg doesn't have a mustache while playing Sully. Well, fear not, because he has a mustache. Well, we don't know that. He probably doesn't have one. But I agree with that. But maybe he has one. Maybe they put it off for the trailer to confuse fans. Hey.
If we find
Fourth game, when he finds the ship of Henry Avery.
go, you find him too.
I don't know where this is. Is this in Spain, the Sagrada Familia? It's that, isn't it? Did we just hack the Matrix? These things. Sagrada Familia. We just did our own hack in Uncharted. So, cool. And where is the Sagrada Familia? Basili y Temple, Barcelona. They're going to Barcelona. Cool.
Who the hell is this?
I'm a friend of Sully's.
Sully doesn't have any friends. I should know.
I think that's the same girl.
You are a collector.
Antonio Banderas.
Well, I dabble.
I don't dabble.
Who is this? I don't know who that is. Also,
I'm a friend of Sully's.
Sully doesn't have any friends. I should know him. One of them.
this resembles the chase scene in Uncharted 3, which we just saw.
I'm pretty sure he's just threatening to kill.
Fourth game, where they're trying to steal the cross. And look what this shows.
You are a collector.
A cross. In the fourth game, they're searching for Henry Avery's cross, or not. I don't know. A cross. This is also a cross, which is a key, which we can see on the pictures that they've shown. Here's the cross, and they use it as a key. And this is the map that Tom Holland uncovers. So you can see that in this leather wrap. Well, the same leather wrap as here. Yeah, alright. A good thing about casting Tom as well, having played Spider-Man, he's used to high-speed action scenes and fighting. That he is. Again, people are complaining about that's just Spider-Man playing Nathan Drake, but the guy is fit. Okay, Tom Holland is fit. He can do these things himself, which brings more authenticity to the screen. Instead of a stunt double that does the things for him. Now, granted, Tom doesn't do all his stunts. That would be crazy. But yeah, he does do the majority of his own stunts. He has also done free running, I think. So yeah, he can do this stuff, which is good. But yeah, reference to the fourth game where they're trying to steal the cross in suits. The fourth game heist. Here's Nathan in a suit, trying to steal the cross in the auction, which is just exactly the same as in the trailer. Yeah.
You have no idea who you partnered with.
Chloe, probably double crossing Nathan, which is cool. That's typical Chloe, because in the second game she double crosses Nate too. What he's wearing is the same as in the first game. Water, I don't know.
Kid, my brother Sam left one final.
Oh, we can read the letter.
I've been dreaming about this stuff since I was a kid.
All right. There's a whole world you haven't seen, but you will promise. There are you coming? There's a whole world you haven't seen, but you will promise there. Are you coming? But you will promise the something. Are you coming? So maybe Sam isn't it? Obviously referencing the third game. I mean, this and this looks like they're flying on the sea or on the ocean, which could mean that when Drake ultimately falls in the ocean, maybe, I don't know, he finds a ship.
Oh, crap!
So I'm guessing when he jumped back into the plane, the car came, and yeah, the same car that Antonio Banderas went in or got out of. Whoa! All right. Yeah. So that's the trailer. Spider-Man pose. I think could be. So we saw the trailer. We dissected parts from it. Now let's go to my opinion, and that will be it. So first of all, casting choice. Tom and Sully. About Tom Holland. Yeah, as I said maybe before, and as Sid already said in the comments, he played Spider-Man. He can do all this stuff. Tom Holland, you have to agree, he's a really good actor. And he, most importantly, as Nolan North said, Nolan North actually spoke to Tom Holland. Nolan North being, of course, the voice of Nathan Drake, and the motion capture. Voice acting doesn't exist anymore. It's motion capture nowadays. Nolan North, Tom Holland. Picture, where is it? Yeah, here it is. So Nolan North got to talk with Tom Holland. Yeah, you got to give some insight, I assume. Nolan North, you gotta admit it, knows the character more than anyone. Maybe the writers do a bit more, but Nolan North embodied this character, and he's excited that Tom gets to play this, and that there's a movie about this amazing game. So I think as a community we should stand behind Nolan, the guy who embodied Nathan Drake. We shouldn't come up with slogans, not our Nathan, because that Nolan North passed the torch, or gave an empty torch to Tom and lit it with his own one, if you get what I mean. Maybe let's look at this clip. I will not pause it.
I'm Tom Holland. And I'm Mark Wahlberg, and we are on the set filming Uncharted.
Yeah, like I was literally just 30 feet up in the air, scaling a massive ship.
Well, it wasn't quite 30 feet.
Yeah, it was actually 40 feet. I was just trying to be modest. Hey, Mark, do you know what the word Uncharted means?
It means something brand new, never before seen, hasn't ever been put on a map yet.
And that's what this movie is. The story, Uncharted. The action, Uncharted. The locations are Uncharted.
The characters?
So the character, Uncharted. The action, Uncharted. The location.
He falls out of the ship. Chloe falls out of the plane. Chloe falls out of the plane. And, well, they're bobbing on
are Uncharted.
The characters?
So the characters are maybe a little bit charted because
yeah,
they're based on an incredibly popular video game franchise.
Alright, so just a little charted.
Yeah. I play Nathan Drake. He's resourceful, witty, great with a riddle, lives for adventure, and he's the greatest treasure hunter of all time.
I play Sully, Nathan's older, wiser, and far more handsome mentor.
Well, older, yeah. But really it's the two of them working together. They just work.
Could you move any slower? I got a bad ankle.
So yeah,
working together. They just work.
As I explained, the rooftop chase scene mimics the same one as in Uncharted 3, where Nathan is being pursued, and Sully is also there.
Could you move any slower? I got a bad ankle.
In Uncharted, Nate and Sully go to the world's most incredible locations. You should see some of the places we travel to.
It's a massive globe-trotting adventure.
We're hunting down ancient treasures.
Sully! Hurry! We're gonna drown! This is gonna take a little longer than I thought, kid.
Which leads to some pretty insane stunts. Like when you hit me in the face today with that sword.
No. Next time, don't get in the way of my sword.
Get ready for the adventure of a lifetime with Uncharted.
Oh, God!
Uncharted. Exclusively in movie theaters. Watch the full trailer online now.
Yeah, I'm guessing most fans are just scared of the change of character. Yeah, and that's fine. I get that. You're protective of this character, this icon. And yeah, I get that. I'm protective too, but that doesn't mean that we shouldn't be open for new experiences. The movie is going to be at least good. It's going to be action-packed. You'll get some sort of fulfillment, whether it is the action that you crave or just the exploring or history or whatever. It will be good. But whether you like the story or well, that it doesn't match Uncharted, that's up to you. That's entirely subjective. Sully, Mark Wahlberg. Now, here's where they kind of missed the mark a bit. Mark Wahlberg, really good actor. We know him from all sorts of movies. They need big people for this. Or, well, they don't need it, but it's good that they have big people for this. Sully, of course, iconic. Richard McGonagall, the actor, can't play him. He's too old for that, I'm afraid. They could have gone for some other actors, but Mark Wahlberg still is a great actor, and he doesn't look the part, but maybe he can play the part. He plays a younger Sully, not the Sully we see in the third game. We shouldn't be so afraid. It's a movie. It's an adaptation. If you don't like the movie, you can still play the games. And you can still enjoy good old Nate, good old Sully. But this is just a movie for the fans that they're trying to make money off, alright? That's what all movies try to do. But we should just accept that and roll with it and be open for it. How bad can he do? He got an objective from the director. You play Sully, you're this old funny guy who knows a lot about history, wants to earn money, has this kid that he takes care of, or takes care of that he is protective of. They're really good friends. That's what counts. That's what Sully is. And the looks are just complementary to that personality, to Sully. Who'd you cast as an adult live action Nathan besides Nolan? I'm going to pick an obvious one that the whole fan base agrees with. This is a live action fan film with Nathan Fillion. Yeah, there we go, Nathan Fillion. I know he looks the part. I know he can play the part. He has played the part. We have this fan film. We don't really need a big movie like this. This is already good enough. But yeah.
Well, I'll be go to hell.
A triangle?
Not just a triangle, it's a trinity. A trinity, oh my God, of course. When the Fleur de la Mar sank, it took 400 people down with it, but not Albuquerque. He was rescued by another ship called the Trindade.
Portuguese for Trinity.
Exactly. Now, history is spotty on who captained it, but there was another ship called the Trinidad, a Spanish flagship, famous for having been the first to sail around the world.
Magellan. Holy shit. Magellan captained the rescue ship.
Oh. Would you look at that?
Could those be coordinates?
It never made any sense. Why would Albuquerque, considered to be one of the most brilliant military minds in history, put his treasure on the Fleur de la Mar, a ship that had proven itself time and time again to be unseaworthy? What if the reason no one has found the treasure of the Fleur de la Mar is because the treasure was never on it?
It was on the Trindade.
Exactly, it never sank. And Magellan and Albuquerque both knew it.
So what's this then?
Our next stop.
Well, I understand the weather in the Philippines is particularly fine this time of year.
Magellan. There we go. So maybe they took the plot of this fan film and put it into
I play Nathan Drake.
the Uncharted movie. Could be. Yeah, so Nathan Fillion, great choice for Nathan Drake. A bit too comedic at some points. But yeah, Nathan Fillion could really play Nathan Drake. I agree. But we should give this a shot. God damn it! All right, how they met. I think it's good that they change it. Now hear me out. They had 3 options, right? They could 1, change how they met, to let the audience that hasn't played the game know how they met, who they are, why these people are together. So they had to make a quick little thing. They could have copied the game, which we know that they can do, but not in the exact same way. Like, the ship is from Magellan instead of Henry Avery. Like, the plane sequence is over an ocean instead of over the desert. And all these other things I mentioned. Or they could have, third option, or they could have not included how they met. And that would be bad for people who haven't played the game. Now, I know that this movie is for the people who have played the game. But it's good that this movie is watched by people who haven't played the game, so that they make a bit more money from it. And that's just how business works. That's just how movie making work. The most important thing is that they met and that you know who Sully is to Nate. I hope they get that right, the relation they have with each other, that Nathan isn't just a contractor for Sully in a way. I think the movie is also situated right after Nate and Sully met, which kind of works with what we saw already. Now, last thing, Sam's involvement. Now, as we can see, Sam is in the movie. He is mentioned in the movie. He writes a letter to Nate. Sam is a big part in Nate's life. We only got to see him in the 4th game. We only know that he has a brother in the 4th game and in Lost Legacy, of course. So yeah, it's good that they mention Sam, at least. I think he shouldn't be in the movie per se, because, well, the movie is more about Sully and Nathan and the adventure that they partake in. It's good that people who haven't played the games know that Nate has a brother. Well, that Sam kind of contributes to. Right. I think that's all my points. Overall, we gotta keep an open mind to this. You always have this with game adaptations or movie adaptations to games or books. Like Game of Thrones, like the new Lord of the Rings series that's being developed. Hardcore fans won't like it because it's not how they want it to be, and it's not how they know it to be. They're uncomfortable with the idea. We should be open to it. I mean, what's the worst that can happen? If it's bad, people will just say it's not canon, and that will be it. For example, the Uncharted, the Lost Abyss, or the Golden Abyss, for the PS Vita game. How many people have played that? Not many. Yeah, I have played it. The Golden Abyss. I have played the Golden Abyss. I have it on my PS Vita. I enjoyed it. There was a fun picture thing that you can do. But yeah, this is good for the Uncharted franchise as a whole. If you don't like it, you'll just go back to the games and go to good old Drake and yeah. And if you like it, then great. You're an experienced better. You're a bigger fan of the Uncharted franchise. And well, don't hate on the people that make this. Of course, they want to make money, but that's just how filmmaking works. And know that people like Nolan North, people like, well, Troy Baker. I don't know what his opinion is. I think he's positive. But yeah, it's going to be alright. It's not the end of the world if a movie is bad. You'll get some sort of entertainment out of it. But just keep an open mind and, well, let me know in the comments what you think of the movie, of my opinion. I'm sure I'm gonna get a handful of comments and reactions to what I said, but if that's okay, I can deal with it. It's better that you can tell those things to me, someone that can reply, than you go tell this to big companies such as Sony, who are not going to listen to what you have to say. So better that you can discuss it with someone, maybe change your mind, or maybe change my mind, than just throwing your opinion at the wall and getting nothing in return. But thank you for watching, yeah, this was all streamed live on YouTube. If you want to see that, it's in the playlist, and yeah, look at it. I enjoyed it. So yeah, good, bye.